Setting up your online dating profile. Tips for feminine women. Hello ladies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today's video, I want to go over a few tips for you if you are setting up your online dating website. And if you've been following me here for a while, then you would know that I'm not totally against dating apps. And I think that there are better ways to meet men in genuine time, real life. But I'm not totally against them. I think that they can be very beneficial, especially if you are in a bigger city. You know, maybe you moved and you're new to a certain area of town. And I think you can use them if you are picking the right ones and investing into quality dating apps. Then I think you can get a lot of good use and experience from these dating apps, okay? So I'm not going to particularly go over dating apps that I think that you should use and that you should not use. That'll be for a different video. But I want to go over tips of setting up your dating profile so that you can appear in the most feminine way possible, okay? It's going to appeal more to high-value masculine men when you incorporate these really, really thought-out tips when setting up your profile, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with tips. Tip number 1, when you are setting up your dating profile, photos are going to be the biggest asset on your profile, okay? Masculine men lead with their sexual attraction for women. What makes them sexually attracted to us? Our appearance, the way that we are presenting ourselves physically, our outer shell beauty, okay? They are visual by design. So the way that we show up, in photographs is going to be our biggest asset, like I said. So there's so many things to say about photos and doing them the right way on the profile versus the not so hot, not so most high value way, okay? So number 1 is no messy bedroom selfie photographs, okay? So you don't want to take a photo in your bedroom mirror and there's like clothes all over your floor and you're using that as like your profile picture on the dating app, okay? Just think of it as if you go onto a professional website for hiring babysitters for your child, like hiring a nanny, I guess you could call it, you would not necessarily want to hire the woman's profile that has a photo of her in her bedroom mirror that shows all the clothes that were not folded on her floor, okay? You just wouldn't click on that woman's profile to hire her for the job, okay? It's just not a good look. So I want you to take that idea and keep it off of the dating profiles. Okay, so next on the subject of photographs. Oh, this is the biggest one. Filters on your photos. None of that. None of that. I know we live in a time where we like to play with Snapchat filters, Instagram filters. We like to play with little clown noses and little bunny ears. But this just does not look classy on your dating profile. And not only that, but you're hiding your true beauty. You know, putting a filter on your face and something that is more playful and fun, that's showing that you are insecure about the way that you look. I don't even get the hype of it, to be honest. I don't like this hype of putting little clown noses as filters and using that as your profile photo. I mean, I think we've just taken it to the extreme. You know, you can take photos like that and send them to your niece or nephew, but using that on a dating app, come on now. You know, you want to show up as authentically you to a guy as possible. You're dishonoring yourself anytime that you try to cover up the natural beauty that you do have. Okay, and I know these filters can get pretty exquisite. I mean, years and years ago when filters were kind of just becoming a thing, I had a lot of fun with making myself look like super snatched and tight like Bella Hadid. But if I'm looking like Bella Hadid in a filter and using that photograph in order to like catfish men on a dating app, and then I'm showing up as something that looks completely different than those photos, that is a disservice to myself. That is dishonoring your true femininity. And why would you want to do that? Not only because of him. I mean, yes, it's very disrespectful on the man's part too. You know, we just don't want to do that and then expect men to, you know, like who we really are if we're showing them a different kind of face. But them aside, it's disrespectful for ourselves. Okay, so stay away from the overly filtered photos, the photos that just obviously look very, very fake. I am very into creative photographing, and what I do is I set up, I get a lot of photos taken of me, but I also will just take a tripod, go out somewhere beautiful, and get some good light. You know, natural sunlight is always the best option for you. Put on a beautiful outfit, you know, something that you feel you're best in, and take photos with no nobody else in the photo. You know, no hands up. You know, no duck lips or peace signs or tongues out. I know I look so crazy doing that. But none of this, okay? That doesn't look good either. Again, you're hiding your true beauty. There's nothing more beautiful to a masculine man than a smile. I mean, just a simple smile. I know we go crazy with, you know, because we see it all over Instagram of having the duck lips and the tongues out. And, you know, keep that for you and your girlfriend's sleepovers. But on your dating profile, a simple smile or a smirk will do. Even something that is like more serious looking. Which brings me to the next point of no selfies, okay? Selfies are not always the best option. That's why I suggested to you to set up a tripod and take photos with the tripod, so that way you don't have to touch the camera. It just looks like somebody is taking a photo of you. That's always going to appeal more energetically high value than putting up a phone in front of your face and taking a selfie like Kim Kardashian, okay? To the selfie note, especially note this. Do not put photos of yourself in bed. Selfies taken in your bed, okay? And I have seen this with men and women, both, okay? Men and women both taking selfies while they're laying in bed and then using that as photographs on your dating apps. This is not a good look, okay? For one, it makes you just look like, it's just really low effort. You know, it just kind of gives off a very casual, low effort. Secondly, yes, it can kind of come off as some sexual innuendo, which you want to stay away from any of that over-sexualization, that over-sexual innuendo when trying to attract a high-value man, okay? Because you are much more than your body. You are a feminine woman who has a soul, a spirit, feelings, emotions. You are not an object. Yes, you have sexuality. Yes, your sexuality and your sensuality is to be embraced and to be used with wisdom, to be used intelligently, to be put towards creating something much bigger than life. You don't want to lead with your sexuality, okay? Because that is something that is sacred to be special for you and your future husband. So no sexual innuendo photos or like overly sexualizing your face or anything like that. Again, just not a good look for attracting a high value man that would see you more than just a sex object, okay? Next on the photo note, no photos of you getting drunk at the bar. Now, I know we like to take photos and create cute little videos of ourselves and with our friends while we're out having some drinks or we're out, having a little bit of fun with the girls. But, using photographs that your friend took of you candidly while you were a little bit tipsy and maybe you were dancing, maybe you had your tongue out, maybe you looked like you were singing, just all of this. You can put that in a reel if you want to somewhere else, but don't use them on your dating profiles. You don't want to appear drunk or like you have no self-control. That's not very ladylike. Even if you do have a photo of yourself taken in a bar, make sure that you look very poised while you are in that bar. A simple photo that your friend takes of you while you're standing in your beautiful outfit posing, or have a cute little smile, or even with your girlfriends. You can take a photo with your girlfriends and use that as one of your photographs. You guys are all collectively in a group and someone takes a photo of you guys, but no candid photos that might insinuate that you are a little bit tipsy and having too much fun that night, okay? So, next with the photographs, and then I will move on to a few other things to note. No photos with other men. Yes, you are a beautiful, high-value, feminine woman. You are dating multiple men. That is perfectly fine. It is perfectly known. You are under no one's control. You are no one's wife or fiance. So you are dating other men. But that doesn't need to be on your profile, okay? Don't talk about you are a serial dater on your dating profile. Don't put photos of you and maybe your best guy friend as like a selfie on your dating profile. I actually had come across a profile where a guy, he had a photo, like multiple photos of him and another woman. And this is really confusing, right? I mean, any guy that's going to come across that is going to instantly assume that this guy is either your significant other, your husband, your boyfriend, your thing, whatever it is that they call it nowadays. They come up with so many different names. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of just, it's smart. Like, you're going to instantly assume that any other guy that you're taking a selfie with, like, this person is significant to you in a romantic way. It's just what our brains are designed to do, okay? So it's not okay for men to do it, but it's also not okay for you to post photos of you and other men. And I don't care if it is just your brother or your favorite cousin. Don't post a photo of you and another guy, because you're not even going to give any guys really that are actually wanting to be intentional, you're not going to give him much to cling on to. He's going to pretty much easily swipe on you because you already have someone, or at least it looks that way. So no fooling, okay? No catfishing in that way either. Okay? So next dating online app tip is no leading with what you do for a living. Now, I know that some of those dating apps will ask you like what your job is. And to be honest with you, as a feminine woman, you don't have to disclose that information. Honestly, I would go to the extent of saying that even men don't even have to disclose what they are doing for a living, because that could be private information. Like, not everybody wants to have all of their junk and business on social media. I know it's become so normalized to do that, but not everybody wants what they do for a living or where they work, or what their position is at their job on social media. Okay, you guys can discuss that after you meet him in person, and you let him know what it is that you do for a living. Which, by the way, if you are wondering how you can communicate about your work as a feminine woman while you are dating men, I do have a whole video on how to communicate in a more feminine way about your workplace. Okay, so make sure you go check that out. I'll go ahead and leave that linked below. But nonetheless, men, high value men, more traditional men who are not trying to, snatch a woman up for her money and see that she works really, really hard for them, they're not going to care about what you do for a living anyway, okay? So, hey, I would even say that if you want, you can be playful with it. Come up with something more witty. If it asks you what you do for a living, be humorous about it. Get creative with it. You don't have to just say what it is that you do. Just think of something a bit more mysterious and creative, okay? Point is, in your bio, whatever bio that you type out, don't put your first sentence as, "Hello, my name is Sally, and I am the CEO of Trader Joe's." Okay? Just don't do that. That will be a turn off to masculine men, and you will attract more feminine guys that way, okay? And feminine guys are everywhere, okay? They are everywhere. And so what you need to do is make sure that you follow my teachings so that way you stand out to all of these feminine guys and you attract more masculine guys, okay? Okay, moving on. Next, and I think the last tip I'm going to share with you for this video, is using question prompts. Using question prompts. So, I know a lot of these dating apps tend to have these, like, honestly, the ones that you subscribe to will probably make you go through a very vigorous list of questions, like sort of this, like, the questionnaire to really target in on who you are, what your beliefs are, trying to find you the best matches and fits for you and your lifestyle. But this is really great, right? Because it's trying to match you with other people who are compatible with you. And so setting up your profile, a lot of these apps will have like these sort of question prompts, and they get really creative. They get very funny, they get humorous, they get playful, but they also have some really serious ones. And so you can do like 3 or 4 of them. Use those question prompts, so that way you don't have to spend too much like thought and planning if you're not really good at writing in your bio. You don't have to spend too much time on that. You can just use the simple question prompts and write out a genuine answer for those questions. So mix them up, put some humor in there. You can do some more serious ones, talk about what you're passionate about. I know some of those questions can be like what's the last 3 countries that you visited, or what's the last 3 places that you have been, or tell me like two truths and 1 lie. See, it's like more playful. So also they have so many different question prompts, so you can choose 3 and then, like, you know, maybe a few months later, mix it up and choose 3 more and change answers. The most important note on that, though, is just to always answer authentically and, you know, speak from your heart, okay? Speak from your heart. Speak from your true self as a feminine woman, okay? And so that's all I'm going to leave you with today. I actually did a live last night on TikTok going over these exact same tips, and you guys seem to really like that, so I wanted to make this into a full YouTube video, and I hope that you have found this to be very helpful if you are a girly who is into using dating apps. There is always a right and a wrong way to go about it, so I hope these have been very helpful to you. And as always, make sure you are following me on TikTok, Instagram. Of course, subscribe here on YouTube and leave your comments and suggestions for future videos down below, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.